Console versus PC. The debate between the two platforms has really escalated in recent times, what with the advent of the upgraded versions of console generations like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. But let's pause on the subject and take a look at another important debate. Which console is objectively better than the other? Is it Microsoft's Xbox or Sony's PlayStation? Well, if you're smart enough to read the title of this video, you probably already know that I believe the answer is neither of these options. Today, I will be arguing that Nintendo's latest product, the Switch, is objectively better than even the Pro or the X. Now, let's be clear, I'm not going to be directly comparing the Switch to the PC, as that's a whole nother debate for a whole nother day. But I will be mentioning the PC throughout my argument, as even in a debate between consoles, ignoring the existence of an entire platform is unwise. Each platform is connected to each other somehow, and it is impossible to talk about one without mentioning the others. So, without further ado, let us begin. How about we jump right into the frying pan and talk about graphics, because I know that almost everyone who is watching this is thinking the same thing. How can I say that the Switch is better than the other two consoles, since the Switch is objectively the worst when it comes to raw power? And it's true, even the original versions of the PS4 and Xbox One have better graphical capabilities than the Switch. And that's not even touching the Pro and the X. So that makes it a done deal, right? Switch is less powerful, therefore it is a worse system. Well, unfortunately, that is not the whole story. See, when talking about a product's quality, one would first need to verify what the product aims to accomplish. When looking at an Xbox or PlayStation, it is clear that the objective the product is trying to accomplish is to play games at the highest graphical quality possible for a console. And it is here where we see the inherent flaws with these systems. Sure, they play games that look nice, but they often regulate their games to only 30 frames per second, which is very poor when measuring performance for a game. Granted, some games run at 60 FPS on these consoles, but they are not as common as ones that run at 30 FPS. This is where the PC comes in. A mid-range PC, which would cost anywhere between $450 to $750, can outperform these consoles in both graphical quality and frame rate, often being able to play AAA title games with high settings at a smooth 60 frames per second. It is for this reason that buying a console doesn't actually make any sense, since the point of buying one would be for its graphical quality. But since it's heavily overshadowed by the power and flexibility of a PC, its selling point doesn't really have a point at all. But Skater, you're asking, you said that this video was comparing the Switch and the other consoles, not PC versus the consoles. Where does the Switch fit into this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Remember when I talked about measuring a product's quality by what the product aims to accomplish? Comparing the Xbox and PlayStation to the PC is easy because they both attempt to accomplish the same thing, gaming at the highest possible graphical quality and performance. The Switch, however, does not really fit into this, because the Switch, unlike its counterparts, has a very different goal in mind. Ever since the advent of the Wii and DS back in the mid-2000s, Nintendo has focused less on the graphical potential of their systems and more about new and unique ways to play games. Granted, these play features like motion controls and 3D gaming have been extremely gimmicky and have overall produced lackluster systems as a result. Sure, some of them were successful, but success is not necessarily a good measure of quality. But then Nintendo released the Switch. Its gimmick, the console has the ability to be taken and played wherever you go. And if you think about it, that's not so much a gimmick as it is an incredibly useful and unique design feature. Usually if you wanted to play games on the go, you had three options: play mobile games on your phone, buy a portable system like the DS or Vita, or buy a gaming laptop. And sure, the latter option has been around for a while, but there has not been any other system that has come close to even console quality of performance. This is where the Switch comes in. Like the other consoles, you can play it on a TV with a controller. But unlike other consoles, you can simply remove the Switch from its dock and play those console-grade games on the go. Not only that, but you can play it in a variety of ways with its handheld and tabletop modes. And with all of this in mind, the Switch also runs its games surprisingly well, Nintendo's most recent games, ARMS and Splatoon 2, both run at a constant 60 FPS in both 1080p when docked and 720p in portable mode. Even AAA games like FIFA 18 run at a smooth 60 frames per second, though it must be said that the graphics aren't quite as good as they are on other consoles. But again, the point of the Switch's existence isn't to have groundbreaking graphics, it's to have groundbreaking gameplay options that cannot be found in any other system. Sure, the Xbox One X can run games pretty well and even simulate 4K, because it's almost never native 4K if you didn't know, but is outclassed by the powerhouse that is the majority of the PC platform. However, the PS4 and Xbox have neither the mobility nor the adaptability that the Switch has, and the PC is up for debate due to its laptop options. So where does that leave us? Well, to summarize, I believe that the Switch is a better system than its console counterparts due to what each system tries to accomplish. Yes, the PS4 and Xbox One have better performance than the Switch, but are ultimately outclassed by the PC, rendering the point of buying one practically useless. The Switch, on the other hand, provides much more than just graphics and Nintendo exclusives. It plays its games with very respectable performance, will have a cheaper online service than the other consoles, and most importantly, has the most unique and useful options when it comes to playing its games. It is both a home and portable console, meaning that for the first time, people can play high-quality console games anytime, anywhere. So if you're a gamer who values performance over everything else, your best option would be to skip over the Xbox and PS4 and invest in a gaming PC. But if you're a more casual player who likes flexible options for gaming, the Switch, in my opinion, would be your best bet. So what do you think? If you agree or disagree with my argument, or have anything to add to it, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I'm not one of those bums who blocks people for disagreeing with me, so go ahead and give your opinions, and I'd love to check them out. If you like what you see, consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I don't upload very often, but I try to make the best content I can whenever I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.